Did you know you can build a whole course platform in Framer? Well, I did it, and it was one of the most complex and advanced Framer projects I've ever built. In this video, I want to give you a deep dive and a behind the scenes look at how I made my largest Framer project to date. Let's go. Okay, so for context, this is for my Ultimate Framer Masterclass, which is my A to Z course in Framer. And kind of when we redid it, this is version 3.0 of the course, we decided, you know what? It's a Framer course that should be built in Framer. So essentially what we did is we built this domain called school.insertframe.io, which is essentially a web app built all in Framer, which allows you to access all the lessons. So for example, here you've got access to all the 100+ lessons here. You can mark a lesson off as complete. You have a bit of information about the lesson, the resources. These videos in particular are protected as well. We even have things like badges and certificates that you can unlock for completing certain lessons as well. So in terms of like a platform, it's basically a web app in Framer, and we did it with zero code. So the actual sort of like anatomy or infrastructure of this course platform is everything's kind of centered around Framer, right? That's where we've built the website. That's the platform of choice. Then there's kind of like two angles here. There's the authentication side and how we're actually managing the security of things. And then we actually have the content itself and how we're actually protecting that. So you can't just copy the link and send it to a friend. So firstly, we actually use Authenti for authentication, which essentially means we can have user logins and accounts all in our Framer site, and we can protect certain content or pages on the site. Now, the course is paid, so we actually collect money through Stripe, which actually has a direct integration with Authenti, and that's how you can kind of make your money. And then we also use Zapier, which is basically an automation tool that lets us automate our users' actions to certain platforms. So for example, when you sign up for the course, essentially it looks for a new user in Authenti, and then it sends that user to our mailing software, MailerLite. It'll also send you an invite to Slack when you first sign up, and it might actually trigger something to an external database that we're using in Supabase to actually hold and control some of that data as a user or a student goes throughout that course. And then we use Vimeo for actually hosting the videos itself. And essentially why that is powerful is because we can protect videos to a domain. So instead of just like giving someone a link that they can just copy and paste and use anywhere, essentially how we've set this up is that you can take a Vimeo URL, embed it inside your Framer site, but only make it that you can view that project or video inside that Framer site. And then again, those pages and that content is protected by Authenti. So in terms of like a system, it's pretty secure in terms of like being able to access that content only if you're logged in. So now let's actually jump into Framer and take a look what it looks like underneath the hood, because there is a little bit going on here. So first, let's actually look at the CMS, because this is basically how everything runs in our course platform. And you'll notice we have a bunch of collections here. Now, we've actually set this up in a way so if we release courses in the future, we can actually all add this to the same platform and it'll all kind of just work. So this first collection here we have set up is courses. And essentially how this works is every time we want to release a new course or a new product, we can just add it to this collection here. And by doing this, we can essentially filter out content later on, depending on your permissions that you have access to. So for example, actually in our course, we have three sort of sections of the course. So we actually have a fundamental section, we have an intermediate section, and we have an advanced section. And basically to unlock that section, you have to complete the final lesson in the course before it. So for example, the last lesson in the fundamental section is a quiz, and then once you complete and pass this quiz, you automatically get access to the intermediate lesson. So we actually have that set up here, and these sort of like IDs that you have here, these are actually from Authenti, which we use to essentially gate protected content, but I essentially just have all of my course general information here. Now, the real power is under curriculum, lessons, resources, and exercise. So when you think about a course, right, there's obviously video lessons, things that you watch, but it can go so much more. So inside our course, we have video lessons, we have resources, so things you can download or remix in Framer. Then we also have exercises, which might be forms that someone have to complete with actually participating in some sort of brief, or it might be a quiz. So essentially, we'd go through and for every lesson that we create, we'd actually add it inside our lesson CMS here with all the details. And then when we actually go through and want to add that to the course itself, we actually go and add that to a global curriculum, which if we go to a new item here, essentially how this works is it uses multi-references. This whole CMS uses a lot of multi-referencing, but essentially we use multi-references to go, okay, let's select the course that we want to use. We're going to select the section, the module, and then we can add some topics, aka tags here. But then if we kind of scroll down, we can actually select a lesson, a resource, or an exercise, or multiple of these, actually pulling from those other collections. So the real power of this is, let's say we actually want to reuse a lesson in another course. Let's say we're putting together a really small micro course. It might be a free thing, and it might be just 5 or 6 handpicked lessons from our paid course. Instead of having to like reuse that content and trying to recreate it in the CMS, since all these lessons and resources and exercises are set up separately, we can actually just design a new curriculum based on the existing content. Which again, if you look at like a course platform and an education platform, gives us just a little bit more control in terms of scalability. Now, we have a few other collection lists here as well. We have one for topics, which essentially lets you in the platform actually filter via topic, and all of them are managed here. So if we ever make a change, it can be listed here. We also have our listed teachers here as well, which at the moment is just me. And we also have badges. Now, how badges work, and again, we'll jump into Authenti in just a second. Essentially, every badge that you can be rewarded is in this collection list here. And we can actually filter and essentially give you that badge based on the tier that you have inside of Authenti. Okay, so here we are inside Authenti, and this is basically how we get the membership, authentication, protected pages working. Now, I actually have a bunch of these plans and products set up. So when you first purchase the course, you actually go and you'll get this sort of like fundamentals tier, right? Which has a price associated to it. But then as you kind of continue through the course, using Zapier at certain points will actually automate the trigger for you to be rewarded essentially multiple products. So for example, you'll see all these here like smooth belt, tool belt ready, button builder. All these are actually just items in my CMS here. And you will notice that the Authenti ID is actually the same as what's going to be in here. So basically the flow is when you complete a lesson, essentially what we do is we send off a webhook, which basically says, hey, this user has completed this lesson, and using Zapier, we automatically assign you that new product inside Authenti. So for example, when you complete this components quiz and you actually pass that quiz, we trigger an automation and then you get a new product in Authenti. And then essentially inside Authenti, we can specify that, hey, if you have this product, we can unlock this for you. But if you don't have this product, we're going to keep it locked like this. And that's essentially how we create the certificates and the badges as well, which is really cool because it means you can actually gamify your course platform based on the user progress that happens for a student. Now, let's actually dive into the Framer canvas here because there's a bunch of stuff going on here. So firstly, let's look at the curriculum pages because this is actually just set up as a CMS detail page. And there's actually a bit more going on here than what you might think. So if I preview this, we're actually not going to see a lot. We're actually going to see the view of someone who's not logged in. Now, how we actually set this course up is we wanted every lesson to be searchable, whether you've got the course or not. So in this case, if you're not logged in and you don't have access to a lesson, this is what you'll see, which is basically the content is protected. You can see the description here, you can see the resource that you can potentially download, and you've basically got a couple of call to actions to join the course. But you really can't do too much more apart from that. Now, how do we actually hide and show this content, even though it's the same page? Well, we actually use this really cool component inside Authenti called Layer Switch. And this is how a lot of the functionality is actually protected on the course website. So for example, we've got basically this video player here, or this kind of content holder. Now, how this works is if you have access to one of these product IDs, which is set up in Authenti, then it will essentially give you the unlocked state. But if you don't have access to one of those product IDs, it'll show you a locked state, which we can actually specify by tying that to content that lives off the canvas here. So there's a little bit going on, and this was a little bit complex to set up. But essentially, the too long don't read of this is when you don't have access to the content, it'll show this, which has the sort of like lock screen. But when you have access to the content, it'll show this, which obviously in the Framer preview, it's not showing this video playing because it's actually protected to the domain itself. And Framer can't read the domain, the live domain, inside this project here. But if I open this up on a website, you'll be able to see that I have my video here just fine. And again, inside of Vimeo, essentially what we're doing is we're protecting that video to the domain itself. So school.insertframe.io, which means you can only view that video on that domain. So again, another example of doing content switching with Authenti. So we've got all our sort of like badges and certificates here, and very similar, like for this fundamentals certificate, in order to unlock it, you have to have a certain product, which is assigned in Authenti. Then if you don't have that product, we show essentially this locked state here. And then if you do have that product, you have this unlocked state here, which is basically a cool custom component that is personalized based on your information. So what's cool about Authenti is you can actually store user information, and you can have these custom fields set up here. So for example, I have a custom field for my name, my title, my bio, and obviously your email as well. But essentially using Authenti, we can actually pull that data and display it visually on the canvas. And you'll notice because we have this certificate that's all built in Framer, and you can download this, you can print it, you can do whatever you want with it. But what we're doing is actually we're pulling from the name of that user that's logged in Authenti. So it means that if you signed up with the wrong name or you want to change it, maybe you just included your first name and you want to have your last name in there too, you can just go to your account settings within the platform, which if I go to here, you'll see I've got this little like UI setup, which basically has a form which is connected to Authenti, where someone can actually customize those fields. They can update their information here, and then it will automatically be shown on their certificate. Okay, we're covering a lot so far, and there is a lot of things that we can cover here. So I'm trying to give you like the high level as much as possible without going too much into the weeds. So the other thing that I want to show you is around bookmarking and actually completing lessons. So we actually have this sort of like component set up, which holds the entire curriculum for all of our lessons, which to be honest is just basically a very detailed and fancy collection list shown in a different sort of way. Now, inside this sort of like collection list here, and each one of these sort of items, we actually have this bookmark component with Authenti, which essentially allows us to save CMS items to a user's account. So basically, it's like favoriting or liking a post on Instagram, and that sort of information gets saved to your user account. Which means in production, when you actually tick off a lesson here at the top right and then go to the lessons UI here, you notice that every lesson you sort of get ticked off actually saves. And it doesn't matter if you come in at a different time or on a different device, that gets saved. So it's really easy to actually see when you've actually marked off a lesson, so you can actually track your progress. Now, the last thing I want to show you with the course platform that we've built is we've actually made a Masterclass Plus space, which is essentially our version of Patreon, which is the sort of ongoing learning experience, regular monthly content that students can access when they actually enroll. So it's all this sort of like new stuff that isn't part of the core curriculum, but it's kind of just like a bit of add-ons. So for example, we do workshops, we do office hours, and all that content sort of lives here. Now, again, this is a CMS inside of Framer. So if I go to my CMS here, you'll notice we have this collection called Plus. And essentially what this does, it lets me add a new post to our feed, which again is just a collection list in Framer. So if I go to /plus/feed, you'll see that we have this sort of like collection list here. And again, we're utilizing that layer switch in Authenti. So it means whether you have access to this content or not, you can still view the page, right? But you don't necessarily get access to that content. Now, I use the layer switch a lot in this Framer project, and that's essentially so whether you have the course or not, you can kind of take a look around and see what you can expect. But it is important to note that you can actually set up protected pages inside Authenti. So for example here, anytime you go to our domain and the URL starts with /app, you can't actually view that page if you're not logged in. And if you're not logged in, you can actually set up some redirect paths as well. So if you're not logged in, then it's going to say take you to another page, which you can specify. And same with the sign up forms and the login forms and everything else on the site, we can specify once you actually log in or sign up where we're going to send someone. So for example, when you actually sign up here and that all looks good, you'll get taken to our onboarding page, which is actually a protected page. So you can only view this if you're logged in, which is fine after you sign up. And this is a little bit personalized as well. So I can preview this. It will say, welcome to the Ultimate Framer class, and then your name here. And there's a little video showing here as well. It'll give you a little bit of a video about me. It'll kind of prompt you to learn Framer in Framer, which is a plugin that we basically built for the Masterclass. It prompts you to join the community and then finish your profile here. And I think the real benefit for us being able to build our Framer course on Framer is obviously it's in Framer, and that's a really great sort of like use case for us to, well, teach Framer. But secondly, the fact that we've been able to build all of this with basically zero code has been really powerful. And it basically enables anyone, including myself or the rest of our team, to actually jump in and make changes. Which means basically within a month of actually starting the build, we're actually able to ship this entire project, which was like a really good goal. And we've never been able to really move that fast, especially if we were working with traditional developers. So I really see this world where whether you're building a course platform or a web app or just an MVP of something, that, you know, when you kind of use Authenti and these other tools and kind of power that together with Framer, even for just a V1, there's actually a lot of opportunity for you to actually use a tool like Framer. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want more Framer content like this, consider subscribing to the channel because we're putting out new Framer tutorials every single week. And if you are interested in learning Framer, like truly mastering it, feel free to check out my Ultimate Framer Masterclass, which is the course platform that I showed you in this video. And I'll leave all the links to that down below, as well as the other tools and integrations that we use to actually make this course platform. But until next time, I'll catch you later.